much. Good night. Short and simple.
Okay, dale shine.
All right, cameras on?
Someone.
Okay. All right, we're very proud to be here in San Antonio today. And some people that I consider to be idols in the Tejano music business, and I mean that sincerely. From the vocals viewpoint, Mr. Jimmy Edward. Jimmy, thank you for allowing us to be here.
Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias.
Igualmente.
Appreciate it. You
Thank
want to
you.
give it Escobedo?
Thank you.
He was nice enough to bring us from his house, direct us over here to San Antonio, so that we could all team up and do this interview. We've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I feel real proud that we're doing it. Joining us is my daughter, Sylvia Ann Lopez. She's my co-host on the TV show Fiesta Musical. We're out of Austin, Texas. We do the show live every Sunday morning. And let me just start this thing off. Both of y'all, this goes directed to both of y'all. Y'all can jump in and just ask him if it'd be okay to go, hey man, me and Jimmy got a
Yeah,
problem.
sure.
Okay, how did y'all get started in the music business?
Go ahead.
That opens it up.
Originally, my uncle Felix played guitar, and he would, on family gatherings, Christmas, stuff like that, we'd get together and make tamales. My grandmother would make tamales afuera en una paila. And my uncle would take out his guitar, and my other uncles would get out their accordions and start singing. My mom sang, so we got interested in the music business. My brother started playing music professionally in high school, and wanted me to pick up the tenor, because he played the alto. So I did, and that's where it got started initially.
Okay.
And from there, of course, it's been a long road.
Okay, so your background is musical, your family and all?
My whole family, yes.
Okay, okay. Kind of como los Ramos.
Yeah.
Everybody, okay. Jimmy, how about yourself?
No, not me. All my family, nobody has any musical background. I had actually two. We used to live in the government housing as kids.
Projects.
There was a guy down the street that would play guitar. And I would sit there and watch him, and watch him and just, man, it was nothing difficult. And then that's one part. But then my aunts used to play records for me. And I got inspired by Sonny, really. And I decided, why not?
Okay.
I tried it, but I never expected to wind up with some guys like these,
You never expected to get to the level that you got to?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
never.
okay. All right, let's clear that up. I'm glad you mentioned Sonny Mayo. For one time, cuando se enfermó Sonny, everything was going around. His brother was going to come in.
Right.
Jimmy was on Jimmy.
Right, yeah.
Okay, clear that up. Oh, y'all related?
No, we're not brothers.
You're not his little brother?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not. But they ask me that everywhere I go.
Right.
We just thought it was a good gimmick,
Yeah. Like Joe Brown and Chris Brown.
Yeah, there you go.
Got you.
Yeah. And with Rudy Guerra, he's the one that thought of it, And since I sounded so much like Sonny in the beginning,
Yeah.
they figured, why not get this guy to come and
Right.
fill in, It went over pretty well.
That's good. Well, you're talking about it went over. I think the fact that you've got a unique and distinctive voice has a lot to do with it. Because when you start singing immediately, oh, Jimmy got a new song. No, and unfortunately, no estoy aventando piedras. Unfortunately, the music that you hear nowadays from the groups that are out there now, casi todos se oyen igual to me. And I don't mean that, to disparage it. But because I think they're using the same studio musicians and the main singer and la segunda, they go in there and do their thing, but the background, guitarra, bass, drum, keyboard, and that's why I think it sounds the same.
Right.
That's what was good about you guys.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about the Latin beat, when all the years that you'll spend on Latin beat. In fact, I wanted to ask you about that. Whose idea was it to do all that innovative, what I call innovative, time changes and this and that, or that's how, you're playing something, de repente, wow, what was that? Because la raza was not used to that at that point.
Well,
It was straight and
Yeah. And you're right, exactly right there. That's where we started changing it. Instead of
Right.
which
is okay.
Yeah, sure.
changing the chords as we played.
Right.
And then the horns also adding their arrangements. But it all became that way because we didn't study Tejano music, Chicano music, because we studied jazz, rock and roll, blues, all of that. We use those concepts in this music. The music that my uncle used to play for me, my mom and dad used to sing. We started putting this kind of music in our kind of music into their music. And that's where it all changed. That's what you call innovative. And it was.
Right.
It was innovative.
Well, if you look,
the style was.
right, if you look back, you look back, the retrospective of it is, where did y'all get the idea? Because nobody else was doing it. No estaban copiando that band. I mean, this was something that y'all did. How did that come about?
I think it's the jazz.
Yeah, the
The
jazz
jazz
influence.
background.
I mean, was it Frank Ramirez? Was it Rudy? Was it you? Or who was really the one who got started?
A
Don't be
lot
honest.
of
If it
it
was
was
you.
Rudy.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
Rudy's ideas and concepts. In fact, the first album that we did, we listened to Yo Vendo los Ojos Negros and all that stuff. Man, you listen to it now. In fact, I was practicing with Danny. We were going to back you up for a show, Danny Perez.
Right.
He said, Gibby, you realize we're a half step apart? I goes, yeah, and it was nothing new to us to be a half step apart,
Yeah.
but in music, it's called dissonance.
Yeah.
And it sounds terrible when you're a half step apart from each other, but Rudy had a way of making it sound good by voicing the other horns together with that. And so it wasn't just Rudy, of course. There was a lot of people that came in, and think about it, after Rudy left,
Right.
it continued. So his concept lived on, but in other heads.
Okay.
Charlie de Leon and all these
That's
guys.
what I was going to ask you. Who were the ones that carried it forth?
Well,
If Rudy started it, who continued on for the next 25, 30, 40 years?
okay, I was cracking the whip, but the guys that were actually doing the job were guys like Charlie de Leon, Steve Velasquez, later on Gilbert Velasquez, and you just Pete Garza, Richard Solis. Richard Solis, being a drummer, was still a really good
A
vocalist.
fantastic drummer.
And he was a good
You
vocalist.
can't just call him a drummer. I mean,
Yeah.
that guy's a fantastic drummer.
I agree.
Yeah.
He is, he still is.
Okay.
And his mind is very creative, very innovative. He
Right.
would come up with ideas that we would all put forth. But again, it was like this. We sat around the table and said, okay, let's do this song. Okay, how? And we start, coming up with ideas, sometimes too many.
So that leads me to believe you read for sure. That
Read? Yeah, well, I used to.
I don't know about that, but I mean, but you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ladies?
I don't know, man, while they were doing all this, I was asleep under the piano, porque estos estaban en la música, and I was listening, and it wasn't time for me to learn nothing yet.
Okay.
I had to wait till they finished their thing,
Okay.
then I would come in.
You had nothing to contribute at that point?
Not-
No, at that point. Just calling a spade a spade.
Not at all.
Okay, okay.
Just my good looks.
No, that's good, that's good.
Yeah, right.
By the way, we saw your son at that thing that y'all did at Patio Andaluz, where you introduced your son,
Yeah,
and you said, good looking, and he is a good looking boy. How old is he now?
he's 19 now.
Está bien parecido.
He'll be,
chamaco.
he's gonna be 20.
Mira.
He's gonna be 20 years old in January.
Wow.
And he's a musician now.
Okay,
In the beginning, he didn't want nothing to do with it. He would fight us, man. I don't want that. Dad's the one that's a singer. I don't want to be a singer. And then I introduced him to the Beatles. And he got into the Beatles. Now he's in everything now. But my son's main effort, or main thing, I can't read lips saying. But his main contribution is to church. He's a praise and worship leader in our church. And that's what he likes.
Wow. Wow. Well, talking about that, Baca Larza was on my show, on my radio show, and he came and brought a guy with him, Olvera. Gilbby Olvera. I don't know if you heard of him. Yeah, he had just put out Tejano CD. Baca Larza was producing. You know Baca Larza. Fantastic CD, but his background was gospel. So they brought me some, as a gift here, oye, la música se oye tremenda. El estilo tejano, but gospel, kind of like a Rudy.
Sure.
So there's some gospel guys out there that
Oh,
if
yeah.
you hear gospel, it might turn you off.
Sure.
But when you listen to them, wow, como Farino Bernal, no era a big band, nothing like that, pero la música que traía
It was good, man.
tremenda.
He was an inspiration to us as well.
Yeah.
The 4-part harmonies they would use in their voicings.
Oh, yeah.
Their voice is, we would use in our voicings for our horns.
Right.
And learn from them because they were so good and they had so much material. I mean, you could never stop listening to their music.
No.
And when you walked into one of our vans that we were traveling in, you pushed in at the time cassettes or 8-tracks, and it had, you know, the different kind of music that we like to listen to. Some was country, some was rock. Everybody had a concept, an idea that they wanted you to hear. Listen to this. We can put that in this song or that in that song. And we would listen and study and now I gotta work here, we'll do it somewhere else.
Right.
But it would stay there, you know, and do it. And my contribution mainly was to kind of organize it because there were so many ideas. These
Well,
guys were so good.
I think there was more contribution than that. I think you organized it, but I think you also, and this is a big word, I think you maintained it over the years. He maintained it, right? I mean, another year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, y todavía la onda sigue, todavía el mismo sonido, todavía está pegando porque hay talas de sonido que la gente quiere, están impuestos para eso.
I think what made the Latin beat so different was the different inversion of chords. Where everybody was just satisfied with primera, tercera, segunda.
Right.
They were doing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then totally different chords. That would, in fact, you know what? When other bands would back me up, they'd say, your music is too hard to learn, man. It's too hard to learn for us.
You know who said that? Pia, you know Pia?
Of course.
Ramos?
Yeah.
Yes. He sat in with us one time
May he
because
rest
Pete got
in-
sick.
may he rest in
Yes,
peace.
may he rest in peace. He sat in with us one time because Pete got sick. After the gig, I paid him. He says, man, this is the pay. I said, yeah, it's great pay, man. But don't call me anymore. I said, what? Why? I said, your music is too hard.
Yeah.
He is a monster musician, was.
Right.
He was a monster
It
musician.
was always moving, you know.
Yeah.
It was always
And
moving.
that's what he wasn't used to. The bass lines were moving along with all the other chords.
Right.
And they were just used to chant like a conjunto.
Okay.
Which is nothing wrong with it.
Before I let my daughter come in, and I know she's ready, I want to make sure that we get this into the interview. For the record, for the interview, tell the people that are watching, hopefully on Fiesta Musical, and by the way, Eddie, the cameraman, is a member of the Fiesta Musical staff.
Oh, okay.
Tell the people about your connection to the Jimmy Kimmel Show.
Oh.
It deserves to be told.
Yeah, no, the people don't know about it, but it's
Right.
true. Jimmy Kimmel and my nephew were brought up together in Las Vegas where my brother lived. My brother Cleto is still a musician, but he was a musician in Las Vegas with Los Blues. And Jimmy Kimmel was a neighbor. And Jimmy Kimmel and little Cleto, my nephew, were close friends. So as they grew up, they formed a pact where if I make it, you're going to make it. Just stick with me and we'll do well, which they did. They kept on playing together. But the finality of it was that Jimmy Kimmel got offered a show by Disney to do his own talk show. And that was always their dream. They loved Johnny Carson and all these late night shows. So anyway, when he did that, he asked my nephew to form a band and back him up, but to bring my brother with him. My brother was not aware of it and wasn't sure why they wanted him around, but they did, and that was part of the contract that they signed him as well. So,
Kind of like they wanted something like the Tonight Show with John Carson.
right,
Okay.
that was their guideline. Johnny Carson, they loved Johnny Carson.
Right.
So they went ahead and formed the band, got it together, and got going, and then Disney approached them and signed them, but they wanted my brother involved as well. So my brother is still there playing with the Jimmy Kimmel Orchestra, the Jimmy Kimmel Show. And he's the other sax player, the older guy.
Right. The one with the gray hair. Because
Oh
I think little Cleto still got jet black hair.
yeah,
you know.
he's only 40 something.
Right. Yeah, fantastic band.
Oh yeah.
I've already gave a complaint to Gibby what my complaint was. Leo, I got a complaint, Gibby. Leo, what complaint have you got? They go, doggone it, they don't let the band play enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
los que toman algo.
Pues sí.
Pero como dice, it's a Jimmy Kimmel show. Here's that. I got you, that's cool.
Yeah, but if you go see them live, they play a
They play
lot.
more.
Okay.
They play a lot.
Okay.
In fact, when they did a few shows in Austin, we went to them, me and my family, my
Right.
brothers, and we got to listen to the band a lot.
Okay.
They perform a lot because they back up the other artists that come and sing. They also have to back them up too.
Right.
So they do a lot of performances, and then they'll feature them in a song or two.
Right. Okay, Mika, do your thing.
I like this
Don't
question.
just sit there looking beautiful.
I like this question. Have you ever recorded with any famous celebrities?
Hold on.
Have you ever recorded with any famous celebrities? Tom Jones,
Like
is
Tom
anybody
Jones.
famous?
Leo Reyna, right?
Stephanie
Leo.
Van.
No, other than, well, I call them not famous, but I recorded alongside with some of our guys.
Okay.
You know, like,
But nobody on the national, international,
no.
Tom Jones or?
No, I would like to.
Oh, you and Tom Jones could tear it up, I'm telling you.
Well, you know, if I could get him to sing Spanish.
Well, you laugh. When I was on radio, I told everybody, I said, I got a special treat for y'all. And check this out, see how many of y'all know who this is. I had gotten hold of a Ray Price CD.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ray Price en Español.
Yes.
All his hits in Español. And there was him singing
Wow.
for the good times and all. Hey,
Remember the musical director they had?
Yeah.
Gandhi Calderon.
Yeah, man.
Fernando Calderon, yeah.
Well, we call it Gandhi, I don't know why.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Not only that, I got a chance to meet him later. The guy that was leading the string section was Ray Price and Gustavo Violines.
Oh, yeah.
Tres o cuatro violines. The guy that was running the string section, Bobby Flores. Out of San Antonio.
Bobby's my cousin.
Yeah, from right here, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much connection La Onda Tejana got to everything else. Yeah.
When I was talking about us singing around the tamales and all that
Yeah.
stuff, my two cousins, Mary Jane and Irene Trevino, Mary Jane is Bobby's mom. They would also be singing. They had a duet that was fantastic. In fact, they had a rendition of Sincerely that would knock everybody out. But they would sing it at the family functions and at schools, stuff like that.
Right. Let's clear this up. Trevino, James Edward Trevino.
Jimmy
or is it
Edward
Jimmy?
Trevino.
And also they keep saying Jimmy Edwards. Leo, it's not plural.
No, yeah.
It's not Edwards. What is
Yeah.
it? It's Edwards.
Jimmy
It's
Edwards.
Jimmy. What is
Yeah.
it? James Edward Trevino.
No, it's not James, it's just Jimmy.
Okay, just
Jimmy Edward.
There's no Edward in there.
Yeah, Jimmy Edward.
No, I mean originally in the birth certificate case.
Yeah.
See? Wow. Trevino.
Trevino.
Not Ozuna.
No.
Okay. All right, Mia, do your thing.
Okay, let's see, so, have you faced any health problems in the past or anything?
Any health problems?
Yeah, that's gotten in your way.
Well, you know what, this
Keeping-
past 5 years have been real rough. I had surgery in 2014
Okay.
for knee surgery, knee replacement, and I had all kinds of problems. They messed up my knee, which is one reason I had to slow down and pull back
Right.
from entertaining. They went in that same knee 8 times, man, and they couldn't do anything with it. And then I developed all kinds of other. So now it seems like one after another, pero through it all, the Lord has seen me through.
Bueno, se está haciendo bien, como dice la canción, es la bola.
También, brother.
Yeah.
La bola nos sigue.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
How about you, Gibby?
Well,
Has health been a problem for you?
Yes, that's the reason I got off the road.
Okay.
I couldn't be traveling anymore. And then
Yeah.
recently, I lost my sight. First, it was my back. My back and my knees were really bad, so it was hard to travel in a van. So I was mainly just booking the band and stuff and playing here and there whenever I could. I still love to play, don't get me wrong. I want to play.
Right.
But then I developed prostate cancer, had surgery for that, so that knocked me out for a year. And then I lost a lot of my vision. I didn't realize, I used to take my mom to the doctor and they would give her shots in the eyes. Well, she had macular edema. And when I talked to the doctor, I asked him, where did I get it from? How did this happen? He goes, who has it in your family? I said, well, my mom. He goes, that's where you got it. And then the prostate cancer, I told my mom about it. She says, mijo, all your uncles have prostate cancer.
Okay.
So it was all, all brought in.
It was handed down.
Yeah, handed down to me.
Wow.
So that's what I'm going through. In fact, I just went, 2 days ago, I went to the doctor for my follow-up, my checkup, and he said, as of a year ago, October 16th, you've been cancer-free. So I praise God for that, and I thank everybody that prayed for me. There was a lot of people calling me and telling me, we're praying for you, and I thank them for that, because thanks to that, I've gotten healed, but I still can't see to read. I can't read the music that I've been reading for 50-some years.
Now you gotta go oreja like everybody else.
Well, that's what I always did.
Okay.
But now they come and say, here, we're gonna play Saturday and pass out music. I can't see them. So it's not like it used to be. Before, back in the day, we had our band, and our band played together all the time. If I was on stage somewhere, he was next to me. That's the way it was. And Pete was playing bass and Richard on drums. That's the way it was. It's not that way anymore. Now they say, okay, we got a big Saturday, show up at this place at this time, and there's the music. Well, I can't do that anymore because I can't read.
So rehearsals have pretty well gone down.
That's the reason that it's all started because of that, and it's my fault. Because we used to practice a lot. It would take us forever, 5 to 6 hours to learn one song, the different voicings. And Frank Perez told me, look, man, I can write that music out. We'll go learn 3 or 4 songs at one rehearsal. I said, there's no way. Well, we can. So he did, and it didn't work right away at first, but he did get it to work. He worked at it hard. He spent a lot of time and effort and energy and money doing it, but he got it to work. We'd show up at rehearsal here. You know, like a week before, I tell Pete and Richard and them, these are the songs we're going to learn at the rehearsal. Learn them. So they would learn by ear. But for the horn players to play all the parts by ear was difficult, but reading it was not.
Pete Garza también passed away, ¿verdad?
Pete Garza passed away, my
Pete Garza
brother.
was a personal friend of mine, and may he rest in peace. He was a great guy.
Oh, yes.
Forget about playing bass. I don't know how many people could keep up with him on bass. Y te aventaba todo, ¿verdad?
Very few.
Jazz
Very
licks.
few. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He could play everything, and he's
I
one of the...
played with Pete since I was 13 and he was 14. We played in the same band, different bands, but together. You know, we went to Dreamers, he was there. Then he went on to play with Sonny, then we got with Latin Breed. So we spent a lot of years together.
Congratulations on your 56th anniversary.
Thank you.
I know that they had a big shindig.
It's a long time.
And they're gonna have, my understanding, they're gonna have a big tribute for Gibby at the end of January.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
In
We wanna
January.
help promote it in Austin.
Yeah.
So ahead of time, congratulations on attaining your years in the music business.
Well, thank
Because I
you.
know you've contributed a lot. If nobody else will tell you, I'll tell you.
Well, thank
In
you.
my opinion, I think you contributed a whole lot. Como Jimmy. Jimmy, comienza una de las canciones de Jimmy. I don't have to ask, who is that? Is that a new guy? Whatever. You automatically know quién es.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I think is lacking nowadays. I really do.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
There's nothing unique.
Yeah.
What's unique?
Everybody sounds the same.
I
And
think it's because it's the same guys. in
when
fact.
people hear that, they're gonna think that I'm tearing them down, but I'm not. It's just that that's what's good about our era, is that Little Joe sound like Little Joe, and Sonny sound like Sonny, and Ruben like Ruben, you know?
You're unique.
Yeah.
And to me, it's all because now these young guys are studying Tejano music instead of studying music.
There you
We
go.
were studying rock, jazz, blues, all of that. That's what we studied. So those influences were added
Right.
into our music. When we played a polka, the changes went in there. Instead of just like it is now. Everybody kind of listens to the same thing, studies the same music, but it's not innovative music. It's good music, nothing against them, they're great, but the ideas get stale. You have to learn to create. And being creative is the hardest thing to do, especially when it's in business. Because you have to be creative enough to keep it going, keep the ideas going, but business-minded enough to make money. And when you're talking about taking under your wing a 10-piece group, that's 10 families you got to make sure you provide food for.
Yeah.
And we had 13 at a time because we had 3 roadies and we included them with us. And so it's difficult to do, but it's possible, but it's very hard.
A lot of work,
Yeah,
a lot of time on the
a
road.
lot of dedication.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so we talked a little bit about health issues, and we're gonna delve a little deeper. Is divorce in your background? Has that been a problem for you? Were your parents divorced? A little more personal there? A little more personal, okay.
Just the fact that the health was my main thing that pulled me away from the music. You know, I've done some shows on stage, but to get up there with a wheelchair, it's rough. So I decided, so me and my wife is my driver.
And by the way, let's pay homage to her because she's here with us. I want to say a big thank you, allowing us into her home. We
She's my
appreciate it.
driving
Thank you.
force, man. Woman takes care of me, man.
Good,
It's a
good.
great woman.
Good.
I wouldn't trade it for no one.
Okay.
But we talked it over. We decided, you know what? Just pull out, And do I miss it? Yeah. But I'm real used to being home now. It takes more of an effort to go out and stuff. But other than that, we've had some rough 5 years. But like I said, through it all, my Lord has seen me through, so. Right?
Yes, sir. Got that right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, we've talked a lot about the past. What's the future hold? Do you have any songs in the can, or?
I don't have anything recorded, but I've been approached by different people to possibly record something else, again with who, I don't know. And who would be singing, I don't know. This is all to be worked out. Since I just got, like I said, day before yesterday, got cleared as far as the cancer, so now I can get back to work. I have to dedicate some time to concepts and ideas and go from there. So I don't know where I'm gonna show up, but I do keep in touch with different people that are offering me positions of recording and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at.
Me, I really want to devote my time to recording inspirational music, gospel, but inspirational also. And my son is real creative. So what we're looking at is
¿Cómo se llama? We keep saying your son.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, okay?
Ezekiel will say.
Okay.
And so I want him to put his influence in, because he's young, and maybe we can come up with something nice and stuff.
Because you've done gospel in the past, right?
Yes, I've read about 4 or 5 CDs, gospel. But you wanna, like with the Latin Breed, we created in the studio. We would go in the studio and spend hours, man, there. So we created a lot of it. A lot of it, with mine, the gospel was already put together. All I had to do was just go sing. And I want to get more involved in the creativity of it, Put myself in it.
You own it more when you create it.
Sure.
You feel it more and you own it more.
Yeah.
And you can say, this is my song, because you did the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's hard to do
Sure.
in any genre.
Not everybody's creative.
No.
No. Creativity is the hardest thing to develop and to maintain.
Right.
It's easy to do it, yeah, but keep it going for 30, 40 years.
Oh, wow.
And then keep 10, 12 members going with you for 30, 40 years. That's an accomplishment. That's hard to do.
Just maintaining it.
Mhm.
Right.
Maintaining the business and the creativity.
That is huge. All right. So, do you have any regrets?
Regrets.
Any regrets?
Yes. The one, I always say, regret is a hard pill to swallow.
Yes.
But regrets that I didn't meet this woman earlier, that's my biggest regret. But yeah, I did some things in the past that, had I had the foresight, however, it's impossible. You go through these things and you blow it, then you realize, and if you're dumb enough to do it over again, don't just boulder along. But hopefully that I can stay away from those things. But yeah, some regrets.
Right. I was interviewing Lalo Campos. Do you remember Lalo Campos?
Uh-huh.
Okay, he was a good friend of mine. Plus, he was a fantastic DJ in Austin, Texas, on CLIS and everything. And I was interviewing him. I went over to his house. I used to go to his house, not all the time, but often. And I asked him that, and immediately he got tears in his eyes.
Really?
Immediately. Then, what's the matter, Lalo? Did I say something I shouldn't have said? He said, no. He said, there's some people that I'm thinking about. He said that I really didn't treat them the way I should have treated them because I was too full of myself.
But
Oh,
He
wow.
said, I should have treated them better. He said, but it's too late now.
yeah,
Dijo, and one of them, dijo, I got the courage to call him up. And while the phone was ringing, I hung up. I just couldn't do it. Dijo, I just couldn't do it.
Wow.
So there are regrets a lot of different ways, you know. Any regrets about the music that you went into it, or
no. I regret that I didn't apply myself. Originally, I wanted to be a doctor. You know, I always told my grandma that I was going to be a doctor. But took a shortcut. No, shortcuts.
You got sidetracked.
Yeah, that's it. But
you didn't want to be a patient. You wanted to be
I didn't have the patience. That's right.
Have the patient.
Yeah. But other than that, my life has gone pretty well.
Good.
It's better now. To be honest with you, look at me, and I don't have what I used to have before. Financially, maybe. But I'm happier now. Thanks to my relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
I'm spiritually healed and forgiven. So that makes me at peace with everything else. And I'm able to spend time with my wife, whom I just don't let her rest. I love this woman to death, man. You know, there's something else.
Gibby, how much, sir?
Well, one thing that I wish had gone different is my health. But it has given me time to reflect and concentrate on the Lord, like Jimmy says, and be with my family. My kids are so close to me now, and my wife is too. And we're going through a lot of changes because of my financial position.
How many kids you got?
Well, I have one with my first wife,
Okay.
which is Gibby, and then I have 4 with my second wife.
And you?
I have 4 with my first wife, and she has 2 with her. And then we have 1,
Together.
Ezekiel.
You see,
He's our baby.
Okay.
So,
It's simpático, the good looking one.
yeah. Yeah.
What else? Man?
Everybody thinks I'm his grandfather.
Well, could be.
I have to be everything to that boy.
Did y'all have any wishes?
And what?
Any wishes?
Anything you wish you
Anything
had
you
done?
wanna do?
or what?
No, not really. I pretty good much got everything I got.
Okay.
I just want to work more.
Okay.
I want to, and I'm getting healed now and getting better. I wish my vision would clear up so I can work. I still want to play. I can still play. I can.
Sure.
I just can't see the charts. So that's what I'm hoping, that a miracle happens, or my vision just gets better than where I can see and I can play again.
He's taking you this far, kid.
Oh, I know.
He's going to take you all the way.
Yeah. And that's what I have faith in. But it takes time, and I know that. It takes time. And I've always been a very impatient person. That's why I did what I did. I think I accomplished a lot because I wanted to do
Join
it.
the crowd. Join the crowd. I'm another impatient
I
about
had a
that.
lot of drive.
I want everything now.
Yeah.
Now.
Yes,
I
sir.
got you.
Yeah.
I got you. What else we got?
No, Dad.
You scared me.
So tell us, what's your favorite food?
Enchiladas, tacos.
I think the easiest thing is to tell you what I don't like,
Okay.
which right now I can't think of it. I like everything.
Okay.
One thing I've gotten away from is fast food.
Okay.
We do a lot of eating at home now,
Okay.
which is, my wife's a great
The
cook.
best.
So, yeah, man.
Let's give her some credit. Is she a good cook?
Oh, man.
Said she's
Okay.
good.
I would enjoy myself eating here. You think? I would enjoy myself
I'm up.
eating here.
If I take off the girdle,
Gibby, how about yourself?
I enjoy a lot barbecue. I love to cook, so I'll cook all kinds of stuff. I was making chicken wings before anybody heard about them.
I know,
My
right?
brother Cleto in Las Vegas
Uh-huh.
told me one
right,
time,
right.
let's go eat some chicken wings. I said, what are you talking about? This is 40 years ago.
Right.
But I did, and I called the cook and asked him, give me your input, how do you do this? And he showed me. So when I got back to San Antonio, I started cooking for all the musicians. And they would all come over and I'd make a bunch of chicken wings, and I've just developed it into more and more. But now, they're on every corner. They sell them everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Every city you go to,
Yeah.
especially in the South.
Mhm.
Especially in the South.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go a little bit back to the regret question. Do you have any regrets with the meeting with Diana Ross?
Oh, my God. I had third row tickets to see Diana Ross. I was like from here, almost to where you, further than that.
Okay.
And she's up there singing and I'm over here, you know. And she starts getting off the stage and she's singing, reach out and touch somebody's hand. And she comes straight at me and I start getting apprehensive. And what she does, she gets the mic and she goes
No way.
like that. And you know what it's doing? I couldn't sing. I was frozen, man. I didn't sing anything. I could have been a backup singer for Diana Ross.
Wow.
Wow.
With the fancy dresses and all.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
but
got stage fright, Jimmy.
I got stage fright, man.
You know, that happened to me just
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Last year, they presented me with an award from the state of Texas, honoring my career and all that I've done. They presented me with a flag and I mean, it was just beautiful, the whole thing. And I'm standing on stage with all my family there with me.
Right.
And Gibby right next to me. And they presented me all this stuff and I looked at it and I just looked at it.
Yeah.
And that I couldn't say nothing. I was just staring at it. And my son, the witness, he said, seems like my dad got touch of stage fright. Let me just say thank you on his behalf. Once he started talking,
Yeah.
I got loose and I did too,
Right.
as well.
I can see where it happened.
But see, I'm used to being on stage with a saxophone in my neck, not a mic in my hand.
Right.
And that's where you all make your living, with the mic in your hand, not me. It's
Well,
down here.
I was here a few years back, I got inducted into the Hall of Fame. I
Yeah.
was lucky enough to get inducted to it. And
Good enough.
when the Rick Garcia handed, you know Rick Garcia?
Yes.
Handed me a medical. They go, do you have something to say? I said, oh yeah. So one of the first things that I did, and I think a lot of musicians forget, is to thank the people that were there in the beginning.
Right.
And I'm glad that was the first thing that I did. I said, I want to thank the people that helped me in the beginning, that gave me a helping hand, como Marcelo Tafoya.
Marcelo?
He gave me my first job on radio, okay?
Wow.
To me, it still sticks with me. And I think a lot of times people forget, or who gave you your first gig, or who gave you your first big booking case. Wow, you know. And I
Open
think,
the door, no?
exactly.
Yeah.
And don't you think a lot of times people forget that?
Oh, yeah.
Se te olvida, ellos ya se quedan la onda.
If I had to thank all the people that helped me, I wouldn't be able to sing. It would take that much time. Because you know what? There's a lot of people that say, no, I did it myself, man.
Nobody can do
No,
that.
nobody
I don't
can.
believe
That's
anybody
belong
can do it by themselves. Nah.
I have a lot of people to thank, this man included,
Uh-huh.
you know. There's just so many that I couldn't even start.
In the music business, I'm not sure you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
No.
Somebody just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I don't think that can happen to you.
No.
You need somebody that can give you a helping hand,
Sure.
help you buy a guitar, or lo que sea, whatever, whatever. But, what else, man?
Right. So let's go back to the regret. I'm Diana Ross. Here's the microphone. Sing, reach out.
And touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
Woo!
It's easy here.
That was
Let me ask you,
beautiful.
Jimmy, because it's so obvious. It seems like you're having trouble with shortness of breath.
Yeah, you know what?
You would have, look, tell me if I'm wrong, I think you would have a hard time doing a 1 hour gig,
Oh, yeah, I know.
2 hour gig?
No, I can put hands on, but you'd have to let me know ahead of time.
Okay.
I haven't sang for quite a while now. I had some episodes. I have a condition to where my CO2, carbon dioxide, goes too high in my blood. So a couple of times, they've had to take me by emergency. This last time,
Well,
the day before the event that they did for me, they released me. But I was in the hospital 12 days in ICU, and then 10 days in rehab. And the doctor said, you know what? I wasn't sure you were going to make it this time. So they intubated me about 3 or 4 times regularly. So all that damages me, man. The smoke inhalation damages me from the
I think
house.
all the years in the club hurt you eventually, collectively, all the years?
Yeah, definitely.
And then the fire here at home.
And then the fire, when we had a fire, New Year's Eve of 2016, we ate menudo, we went to bed. About 2 hours later, dogs barking up, storm. Somebody's pounding on the door. My wife, my son, I was out. But they said, get up, your house is on fire, you know? And so she got out, and my son runs back in to get me, and he wakes me up, and I couldn't. I was confused, you know? He said, Dad, come on. And I couldn't get out of bed. I tried, I couldn't get out. He finally said, 17 years old, man. Grabbed me, picked me up, put me in my chair, and wheeled me out, man. And the last memory I have gets me, because the last memory I had of that fire was my son standing next to the house with the water hose, trying to put out the fire. But thank you, Lord, you know.
It's one thing you got such a wonderful family.
Yeah.
Que tiene la familia que tienes. Fantastic. Fantastic.
I do, so I wouldn't. You know, it's too bad that wisdom is wasted on the old people.
Como
And we don't
dicen,
get it when we're young.
como dicen, youth is wasted on the young.
One of my favorite sayings.
Yeah.
I read that years ago, and I say it all the time. Youth is wasted on the young. Well, what do you mean by that? I said, well, if he had wisdom, he wouldn't do that.
Right.
And wisdom to me is
But there's no other
knowledge
way.
plus experience. That's what creates wisdom.
There's no other way to get it.
You gotta go live it. What else, mija? How we doing?
Well, we're kind of talking about the next generation, and is there any advice to any upcoming artists that you would give? Male or female, any advice?
Would you say stay out of the business? No.
To some extent.
No, I mean, no,
There's some people that
that's a big question.
are in the business
Yeah,
that have no business being in the business.
yeah. Right.
Other than that, it's a little beef. Effects, sound, it's all wonderful things, but too much effects. I always tell these guys, too much effects on the voice is for people who can't sing.
Yeah.
And if you need effects to sing, then you shouldn't be singing.
Makes sense to me.
I agree. There's some artists will not sing until they have the effects that they want on that microphone.
The echo,
Wait a minute.
delays.
Sing.
You're talking about treble bass, I got tremolo.
Well, not so much that, but like reverb, a lot of reverb,
Delay.
or echo, delay and stuff to where, I don't get it.
You don't hear the voice.
How about to stop the music with certain bands that are backing me up? I stop the song and say, you know what? Take all that stuff off, man. I don't like it. Not that I don't need it. I just don't like it, you know?
You don't wanna put up with it. Okay, I got you.
Was that the advice you would give to upcoming artists? No effects or?
Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
that's it.
No matter what you learn, no matter how much you want to learn, you have to learn a lot to cover one little area, because you'll never reach infinity, and music is infinite. It's going to keep on going no matter what. So you have to learn as much as you can and apply it. But learning it is one thing, but if you're learning it and sitting in your room at home playing to a corner, that does nothing. Apply it and get people around you that believe the way you believe and will help you apply it. Because it takes, well, like they say, you know, it takes a lot of people to make one person popular or well-known. Because there's all kinds of different things that you can do with the music, not just play it. You got to be able to promote it. You got to be able to do what you do. Play it for the people, so they'll hear it.
Right.
Everything goes, yeah.
Just like this person that was lost, out there lost, asking people for direction, how to get there. Y le pregunta, sir, can I ask you something? I need directions. Say, yeah. You know, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't want to go 2 blocks and turn, no, they were telling him the truth.
Right.
How's how you get to Carnegie Hall?
That's
Practice.
good. So you talk about you love being here at home. How do you unwind? What do you do to relax? What do y'all do to relax?
I watch TV. I read a lot. I do a lot of reading. When I get up in the morning, turn on my coffee, and the first portion of the day is my Lord's time. That's when I read His Word, see what He has for me. Then after that, I turn on the TV, surf a little bit. It doesn't take much to entertain me. A lot of people say, man, you must be boring for you. I say, you know what? On the contrary, it must be boring for you, because you need all these things. I don't. I just need a few things. You know, so.
I know exactly what you're saying, because I retired March the 26th of 1996.
Wow.
96, okay?
Yeah.
And I made a promise to myself, I really did. From this day forward, I'm going to do just what I want to do.
Right.
And you know what, Gibby? I mean, there's been a lot of beans and rice and potatoes. But I've been doing what I want to do. Thank the Lord.
Freedom.
A lot of beans and rice and potatoes. Pero gracias a Dios,
Yeah,
Yes,
freedom.
sir.
I've been hanging in there. Said I had enough. I'm through working for somebody else. I'm through.
Yeah.
So I understand exactly what you did. What else, Mijo? We don't want to hold it on.
So how do you unwind? What do you do at home?
I used to read a lot. Since I lost my vision, I can't do that. I don't enjoy watching TV because I can't see clearly what's going on there. Like here, I see you guys. I don't see your features. I know who you are.
O estoy bien simpático.
Oh, yeah.
Yo Jimmy también.
Both of you need to go lie to somebody that don't know any better.
Especially Jimmy, está bien simpático.
But it's just a different, it's a change in my life. I love to read. If I wasn't driving the van, I was reading all the time.
Yeah.
I remember the guys would tell me, man,
That's
how many books can you read? I said, as many as there are. Bring them on. I
As
love
many as
to
you
read.
can get.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I would love to read, and I learned a lot. When I had my office, I had 12 books, This Business of Music, and I would study them every day
Right.
to learn different concepts. How do you apply this? How do you do this? How do you approach this performer, this musician, this promoter? Business, that's what I wanted to learn, the business of music. The music we were playing, but we didn't know how to do the actual business itself. We knew how to do music,
Right.
but how do you make money out of it?
And I think a lot of times, especially the younger people, I don't think they realize this is a business.
Mhm.
And if you don't treat it like a business,
It's right. Well, you know what?
That's tough.
I think, you're right though, but I think that the younger people are trying to learn more. When I was young, we didn't think about money. I mean, yeah, we want to get paid for it, but I didn't think about royalties and, you know, rights and all this residuals and stuff. I don't know what that was. Now, can you imagine the kind of money I'd be making if I'd taken care of that business? I mean, I've got 35 CDs, man, recorded. Out of all of that, they'd be having to send me residuals.
yeah.
But I didn't take care of it.
Did you write any of your song yourself?
No,
How about you? Have you?
Never
I'm an
read
interpreter.
that.
I can
You
tell
you all
you.
arrange? You arrange, right?
Yeah,
I arranged a little bit, but
Okay.
mainly my,
You arrange?
no,
Okay.
I mean, I've written songs, but to me they're corny. So I don't,
So
Maybe
these
they're not.
guys are the arrangers over here.
yeah, but,
Well, not just him.
Yeah.
But look, those guys in the.
that's true.
in the
But I
last week,
consider
we
myself-
all did. You know, we all pitched in with
Yeah.
concepts. We'd be sitting here like we are right now and throwing out our ideas and saying, okay, not that one, not this one, not that one. Let's try these two or these three, and we'd go with those as far as arrangements. Because if you get too outside, you lose the people, like Jimmy said earlier. They're gonna be dancing going like, what in the world are you doing? You know, they wanna dance.
Right.
They don't want, you know, rockets going off in the middle of the
Right.
You
music.
remember, we were in Los Angeles, California, in the early 70s, I think.
Mhm.
We were those
Los
Diablos.
Diablos.
There we was, 12-piece band, and decked out to the max. Okay? We get up there, and the arrangement was great, the sound was great. We were up there, we were kicking butt, man. People, nada,
No response.
no response, zero, not even, not one. Then these guys, those Diablos come up, and they come up with, hey, no, Snoopy, hang on. Brought the house down. So you
That's
never know,
what
man.
kills you because you've devoted so much time to learning your instrument
Right.
and a lot of money invested in equipment and instruments, and then you get up there to do what? Play, and you perform at your top.
Your best.
And no response.
Crickets.
Yeah.
No response. You know, that's crazy. And those guys was a small group. I don't know if you remember them. I'm sure you do. Those Diablos, there was nothing bad about them or nothing. They
They
were
were
good
good
at
guys.
what they did, but it's simple.
Yeah.
We were doing some, our show was not bombs going off and stuff. Our show was our music.
Okay.
Right.
You know, we throw it out there, okay, you know, top that. No, ain't nobody good. It was something else. It was a new concept, new ideas, and we did it so well. But these other groups would get up there and play and kick our butt, man, just like, get away. It's like, wow, that's crazy.
Well, a lot of the guys in the beginning that I've noticed, like I said, I'm 80, by the way. So I've been around a little bit. I've seen it a little bit.
80.
What?
You
Yeah.
believe that?
80 years old.
Guys like in Austin, guys like Manuel Donnelly.
Yeah.
Alfonso
Cowboy.
Ramos, by the way.
Cowboy.
Eddie, our cameraman, played trumpet con Alfonso. Ruben, I was, you know, good bands.
Yes.
And Alfonso, I think, was part of the guy that was leading the pack as far as like innovative time changes. They little stuff
Right.
like Sonora Santanera and this and that. And not all the bands do that, you know. Most of them are, you know, yeah, after 6 songs,
Yeah.
I've had enough, let's go home.
yeah. And I think that's one of the things wrong,
Mhm.
probably now. Everybody sounds the same,
Mhm.
to me. And I'm not knocking them, I mean, they deserve to go out there and make money and and make a living and all. And some of them are making a good living, some of them
Oh, yeah.
a good living, you know? But, come on.
Yeah. So who would y'all consider to be your music idol?
Hijo. Sonny was a real big influence for me. So, you know, I don't know, I have several, but Sonny was locally, Sonny inspired me a lot. I have oh man, Elvis, Tom Jones,
Vicente Fernandez.
yeah.
Cause there's some guys out
I
there,
can't, I'm blank.
there's some guys out
That's
there
pretty
that are
good.
monsters out there.
James
Monsters.
Brown.
Of course,
Yeah.
James Brown.
The reason I was asking you that because a lot of people, I don't know if your wife is aware, but a lot of people compared you to Tom Jones. The, you know, the rugged good looks, you know, the hair and all this and that.
Yeah.
That massive voice, you know, coming on strongly told. That's why I was wondering, you know, I mean, who do y'all look to? Who do you relax with?
I love to listen to jazz,
Okay.
and but my main influence and who I looked up to for so many years was my Uncle Felix and my family, because they all played music. But as far as listening to and studying, jazz sax players and trumpet players, you know, Indian jazz was good. I love the blues. That was the kind of music that I liked, that I listened to and relaxed with, like you said. That's what I like to listen to.
So you're very familiar with the person that I interviewed here about a year or two ago? Terrific band. Everybody wants to use the horn section. Emilio Castillo, what band am I talking about?
I know we Tower Park.
Tower Power.
Yeah.
I never would have dreamed that a Latino was in charge of the band.
Yes, indeed.
Until Johnny Hernandez was my co-host on my TV show. And they had, Johnny, I'm gonna get some tickets to that Tower of Power. You wanna go in? He said, yeah. They go, you want me to set up an interview for you? Oh, I would love it, man. So we set up an interview.
Oh, great.
Yeah, con Emilio Castillo.
I had a friend of mine.
And I've never been more proud than when I met Emilio Castillo.
Let me tell you what.
Un chicanito from the Tower of Power, look at the band, you know?
Oh yeah, when a friend of mine was going to California, he said, "I'll let you know about the trip when I come back." Well, he didn't wait. He called me from over there. I gotta tell you right now, man. I said, "No." He said, "After the gig, I went and sat down at Emilio's room." I said, "No, you didn't." He goes, "Yes, I did." And the subject turned to the Latin Breed. And Emilio said, "The Latin Breed sounds more like Tower Power than we." And I was, man, you can see, I was like, wow, that power, man, I can't believe this.
Y también canta, ¿verdad? Emilio?
Yeah, he sings.
And they're still going strong.
They're still
How
going.
many years have they been going?
Viejitos.
Huh?
They're
How
kidding.
many years has Tower Power been going?
How many years?
I wouldn't know. They started way before we did, no? Yeah.
And they still got a monster band.
Oh, yeah.
And those guys,
That was a-
and everybody wants to use their horn section.
Well, yeah.
Everybody wants a horn section.
Everybody wants to play like that, you know.
Yeah.
Of course. But they don't. You know, but I mean, you hear them and their style, and you can't copy it.
Yeah,
You can imitate it, but you can't copy it.
that's right.
I think they're coming to Austin too, if I'm not mistaken, one more video.
Really? And y'all are buying tickets?
December 12th and 13th, I'd love to, until we get to $120 a person.
You was.
And then I said,
Right.
I will accept sponsors,
That'd be-
so, I don't know. That's another thing. Are y'all in tune with these new prices that are out there? I think the Rolling Stones came to Austin one year, $300 a ticket. Oye, no. Oye, no.
I don't agree with
I
that.
understand the Rolling Stones, but $300 a ticket? Come on.
Crazy.
¿Quién va a ir a verlos? Nada más puro millionaire. And by the way, we got a lot of them in Austin.
Not in Austin. Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
No, it's difficult now, like you said, unless you have sponsors. You know, and we're doing this event on the 31st. And one of the guys that's helping us with it, and I wanted to mention his name, is Neighbor De Leon. He helped Jimmy with his event. He helped Joe Bravo with his event. He does it out of the goodness of his heart.
Yeah,
And that's a,
he's one of these
Rare.
rare guys.
yeah, it's a rare thing. Well,
like
you know
us.
him.
It's like us.
Yeah.
A
there
rare
you
guy
go.
like us.
Yeah.
Got you.
Sure.
Got you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He just has it in his heart to help, man, you know. And he doesn't ask for nothing in return either. You know, it's just,
You got anything else that you're gonna?
Well, there's one last one. Have y'all won any awards that you were proud of?
Oh, yeah, I mean, there was several. Anytime that you receive an award, it makes you feel good. But one of the ones that reminded me what position I really am in life was a humanitarian award from Aslan. They gave me a humanitarian award years ago, and it had nothing to do with music. And that was surprising to me that they recognized me for what I've done for the community. not for what I've done for music. Everybody knows what I've done for music.
Yeah.
But these guys actually took the time to learn about my community work and how I would help different people with their, well, I've done a bunch of fundraisers to help people
Okay.
like us that need help,
Right,
you know?
right.
And they recognized me with an award for that. It's a little trophy like this with an eagle on it.
Wow.
But I have it in the, primary area of my house where people can see it.
How about the Latin Grammys and the regular Grammys? How do they figure? Y'all still want to take
I'm
a
not
shot at it?
nominated.
You still want to take a shot at it? Maybe with gospel music?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like another shot or two, yeah. I'm not done yet. I'm not finished.
Yeah.
I'm not finished with what I want to do. It's just, you have to heal before you can do stuff. I couldn't even pick up my sax for weeks. And that's something I've been doing all my life.
So a Grammy or a Latin Grammy is still in the picture, maybe in the distance, but still in the picture.
I still like to
Good.
be recognized, yes.
Right. You still have hopes and aspirations.
Yes, I do.
Sure.
And I have things to do, I have things to accomplish.
Yeah.
A lot of them are on the gospel side now as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. What advice would you have to I think my daughter might have mentioned a while ago, to somebody coming up a while ago, you said about the music, stay out or not, whatever. What advice would you give to them as far as maintaining a family, maintaining your balance so that you don't spend all the time on the road?
That's the most difficult
You
part.
neglect your family or whatever?
That's the most difficult part, balancing it. And unfortunately, a young person doesn't know how to balance yet. But you'll find some people that have it. And I figure my advice would be that don't give yourself, in other words, don't place all your value in that, because music is our being, it's our livelihood, but you know what? Fans can be fickle too. And if you take what they say and put all your marbles in that, when they reject you, it'll tear you apart. It will. You gotta find your worth of who you really are first. I'm worth something. You're worth something. You're worth Gibby.
With or without those fans?
Right. I'm worth so much that God sent His Son to die for me. That's how much I'm worth. And that's what my worth is.
Music has been my livelihood for many, many years, but it hasn't been my life. My life is concerned with other aspects, such as God, Jesus Christ, my family,
Yeah.
and other side things that I do. Like the other day, my wife had a wreck in her car, some guy hit her, and we had no way to fix it. So I called a friend of mine and said, can you work on this car? He said, yeah. I said, but you know my problem. I have no money, I haven't been working. He said, well, you know that I love your food. I said, okay, what will it take for you to fix this car? 2 briskets and 8 racks of ribs. So I cooked from 6 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, but the car's there, it's running. It's all beat up, y'all saw it when you drove to my house.
So you're a cook too then?
Oh yeah, I always have.
yeah.
I always have.
Because our cameraman is a fantastic cook también.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the pit.
¿Sabe cantar eso?
Oye, ¿por qué crees que estamos como estamos?
Hey! There's nothing wrong with that.
I appreciate so much you letting us come into your home and being
You're
so
welcome.
gracious, and your wife. We appreciate it. Gibby, thanks for all the trouble bringing us over here, dog. And I know that you're going to have an event, a tribute, that's going to be paid to Gibby, right?
Mhm.
What's the date on that?
January 31st.
January 31st
Okay,
on a Friday
okay.
at Royal Palace.
Okay, let me get you to say something about that.
Okay.
Let's concentrate. We'll do this like a spot. This is going to be like a spot, so we can run it separate.